Hello and welcome to day 2 of our January Challenge 2025. Today is the 4th of January, but it's our second day on our challenge. So we're going to look at the first 4 bars of the melody. You may see more on your page depending on the layout you've got, but we're going to look and focus in on the first 4 bars. Now, I'm going to start with the easiest version because each version of this will have slightly different fingering depending on what it's asking you to do. So I'm going to first of all start with the easiest version, which also helps to reinforce the nature of this piece. So Fish Face is based on a walking song tradition. That's W-A-U-L-K-I-N-G, walking. It's a tradition in Gaelic song where there is a call and answer in musical form. So those of you playing the easiest version, you are going to be playing the call, okay? And you don't have the answer. You've got a bar's rest while the answer happens. So the call is on these Fs. So your left hand, much like we did yesterday, I would personally go open hand and go so that you can get that damp, because there's a little quaver rest there, a little 8th note rest. So yeah, so we pluck, on, pluck, like that, okay? Same timing as that is 2 Fs in the top hand, and you can do these with finger 2, that's fine. Okay, and we're loud for the rest of the piece, to be honest. There'll be some fluctuation, but we're strongly loud, and especially on this call bit. Okay, my cat's coming in again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, being answered by the cat. Okay, so then if I go on to the easier version, so that was the easiest. The easier version, you've got these same notes that you've just heard me play, but you've also got some of the melody of the answer, okay? Now here what we have is we've got some fingering marked in to play the F with finger 3. So the left hand is here. We're going to play this with finger 3. Same notes we've just done, okay? And then you got an answering part, which is this melody here. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then we go back, and this time we've got a finger 4, and then we swap to a 3. Okay, so those notes there are C, C, B, flat because of our setting, C, B, A, F, and then back to the F. Okay, so let's just put that together. We've got F, F, and then we're going to come in with the C's. C, C, actually right, getting that rhythm there. So I need to watch that. I might put some specs there for myself to remind myself to be careful on the rhythm on that final beat. So C, C, B, C, B, A, F, so B a bit later. Now, we want to be quite lazy with this. So the notation's been written in to create the sort of swing feel. It is not as mathematical as it looks there. We don't want full dotted quavers and an absolute definite semiquaver. It's da 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 da. We can be a little bit lazy with it, so it gives you the idea, but we don't need to be too mathematical on it. So bum bum da 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 dum da 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 dum. Okay, now that fingering's really nice. Doing the finger 3, you might ask why we're not doing finger 2. Well, if you play that with a finger 3 there, and the rest of my hand is nice and open, what you'll notice is then it's very easy for me to get my thumb to here because it's not actually very far from what I've just been playing. And if I were to place a triad, 3, 2, 1, if it were requiring that, then you could see the layout there. 3 to 1 is a really nice leap, really nice size, comfortable size for that hand. So even though I'm not placing the thumb, in theory you could, if you wanted, have the thumb placed on the C, give you something to pull against, and then go on. Make sure you've got finger 2 then placed. And then we're going to get all 4 on if we can. C, B. Notice there's a gap to the F, A, F. And then we play that 3 again. Okay? So this is the fingering that fits on this easier version. The final little answering phrase there is E, C, D, F, dum, bum, ba, dum. It can be quite late with that last note. Dum, bum, ba, dum, ba, da, boom. Okay, So we put that all together. When we do the 2 Fs, we've just got these double Fs in the left hand again, and we're trying to come in and damp. Okay, so after 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And we've got the answer. Let's go watch that rhythm again. Okay, do it one more time and I'll get that rhythm right on that last beat. So my left hand, the fingers are not leaving the metal strings. I'm just letting it ring, but staying there, still touching, and back on. Bum, bum. Okay, and it's just staying there, because as you can see, we're going to be doing a bit more of that. Okay, so my left hand stays like that. Right hand is going to be on, and I'm going to do better with my rhythm. Okay, are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay, so that rhythm in that second bar. So just being late with the last note. Da, 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 dum. Excellent. Okay, so then if we look at the full version, the main difference here is that the right hand is, rather than just playing single Fs, it's got a bit more of a chord business going on. And our left hand is going to do open octaves. So from that F, if you place the thumb and open up a triad, so we end up either side of the middle C, we have... And then we open up a little bit further, keeping the thumb on the F. And now we have C and A. So that's our second chord. So chord 1 is a B flat triad. And chord 2 is a version. It's actually the top 3 notes of an F arpeggio. Okay, with the left hand taking that bottom F. If we put that together, just that bar, we would land together with both hands, the left hand doing the little damp before it. So it would go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Bum, bum. Try again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So we're coming on that and. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Yeah. And if you're counting it out, it would be 1, 2, and. Yeah, so we can go back on beat 2. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, not so much with the top hand, that can ring through. Just that left hand's got that nice percussive feel. One more time. And if you're playing the other parts, you can still practice your Fs along with this, especially that left hand feel. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. One last time. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh dear. Let's try again. I went into a real higgledy-piggledy there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Excellent. Okay. Then we have our answering phrase, which is the C, C. But we're not going to go down with a finger 4 like we did in the one labelled the easier version, because we need to get back to that chord. I quite like crossing over to it, although it is over a gap. So I'm quite happy with my thumb going to the black. Your hand may not be as comfortable with that. One of the ways to make that feel okay, keep losing my voice, is to make sure that if you are going over the thumb, that you go over nice and high. It's always really, we kind of sort of think in quite a linear way sometimes. So sometimes when we're doing crossing over, and you might do this if you're doing scales, we kind of go, oh yes, I'm heading that way, and we kind of go in a straight line, and suddenly everything's all scrunched and it's hard to play that finger well. But if we go over nice and high, we've still got somewhere for that to go, and we can just drop down, sort of. So I sort of feel it's like winding over, sort of wind it over the top, and then we unwind and open up. Okay? Or you can leap it. The only thing with leaping is, are you sure you're going to land there? If you practice it and practice it, you can make sure you are. You can be cool with that. And you can think, where does my focus need to be? Well, I'm aiming for the black string with my thumb. So my eyes can be sitting on the black string. You know, I'm quite comfortable playing because that's all in. It's all in a line, it's all in a row, that's fine. I don't need to look to play that. I can go, but I'm going to do a leap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let my eyes focus on the black string. I'm struggling to do the leap because I don't do it, but yeah, I don't like the leap, but you might. If you do, use your focus to really help you. Personally, I'm much happier crossing over. There's not a lot of time, and what I did find, and you might have noticed in the full play through that I did yesterday, I sometimes fluffed my chord, my first chord. So there is a risk. So you're going to have to work out, and actually the speed you can handle that will be the speed you can play the piece. Okay, then our final answer in this fourth bar, nice and simple. And we just need to be quite late. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ga, ga, dum, ba. Yeah, so these quavers, we're swinging it. So da, 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 da. So any quaver, eighth note, that lands at the beginning of a beat is a bit longer than any quaver that lands halfway through a beat, because it's not halfway through a beat because we're swinging. It'll make sense if you just get into the vibe, get into the zone with it. Okay, so what we will do, I'll just do a quick playthrough of those 4 bars for you now. I'll play the full version, but you join in with whichever version you're playing. Okay, just to get that feel, and then you can join me on the play along video where I will do some different speed versions of this. Okay, here we go. So just starting in bar 9, beginning of line 2. After 4, I won't go too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Good job. Saying that to myself as much as anything. Well done. Okay, so join me on the play along. We'll do some steady versions of that, and you can join in with whichever version you're playing. All right, well done.